Hey guys, today we'll be having a little bit of a Korean meal today. So this is Korean comfort food. We have our Kimbap here. We have our Korean fried chicken here. We have tteok-boki, and this is radish, pickled radish. So if you don't know, Korea is like really known for like their street food vendors, blah blah blah, and kimbap. Kimbap is like the easy food to eat when you go on a trip, picnic. You know, it's a wholesome meal. You could put protein, vegetables, and all that jazz, rice. So yeah, I'm gonna be eating this together with my Milkis. I found a Milkis that's low calorie. Isn't that crazy, guys? It's 10 calories and 7 carbohydrates. I picked that over 53 any day. Okay. Milkis, low calorie. So I don't know, I'm not sponsored. You guys know that I'm too much of like a newbie YouTuber. Nobody's gonna sponsor me yet, but one day. So let me tell you guys how this tastes. Oh, it tastes low calorie, low joy. I mean, if you're craving Milkis and you don't want that much sugar or calories, this is the way to go. But for now, let's dig in because I've been craving Korean fried chicken. Somebody asked me in the comments below if I prefer, this was a long time ago when I did the Pluckers video, if I preferred Korean fried chicken over American chicken. Of course, I pick my country, Korean fried chicken. I love Korean fried chicken. Today we have cheesling from BBQ chicken, and we have the mala. I wanted to try the mala today. Normally I get this secret spicy, but regardless, it's still good. All right. Because I want to have the chicken first, I'm going to eat a piece of the chicken. This is the cheesling one, all right. Cheesling has a powdered, almost, the powder normally sits on top like an actual powder, but because the time and condensation, it kind of attached to it. Okay. So good. I don't know if I actually ordered the cheesling in boneless, but that's how it came. It's really good though. Oh. Now, I don't drink alcohol. I'll maybe drink it like on a celebration, some champagne, blah blah blah. But a lot of Korean people have chicken and beer. Now this cheesling one kind of tastes like cheese milk powder. That's sweet. It's very good. Oh, and it comes with this pickled radish. If you want to know how to make it, basically what you do is take same part sugar and vinegar, pour it into the container of what you're using, and cut this radish up, the Korean radish, to this size. Put a little salt, and that's pretty much it. And then you let it sit in the fridge in a low standing container. So that's why the juices from the radish, like the natural water, come out and sit equally on a low container. If you don't have a container like a Tupperware, you can probably use a Ziploc bag as long as you seal it very well. And this is tteokboki. I think this is actually a wheat tteokboki. It's kind of sticking together there. But let me show you guys. Oh, tteokboki. Right? You see that red gooey goodness. There's one at H Mart. That's an instant. Well, this is an instant tteokboki, but we get the red one. I'll insert a picture right here. This one. But do not get the 88 one if you cannot handle the spice. It's very spicy. I used to eat that one when I was younger, when I was like a spice fanatic, but now, you know, you're gonna suffer the next day, so. Oh no. Tteokboki almost got away. I'm also wearing the worst attire to eat something red and spicy. And normally when you have something white on, you know, you have to eat like this, you know? So you don't get it on your shirt. So good. In Austin, the tteokboki prices were $7.99. So if you're interested, you can get a pack. Gives you all the ingredients: the fish cake, the rice cake, the sweet sauce, and then the red chili sauce. You just have to add water. It's really good. Oh my god, that mala! I am recent. Oh my god, it's so spicy. I am recently a mala fanatic. There's these turtle chips out there, Korean turtle chips called Tteokboki, and they have a mala flavor. I love it, so good. But they also have Korean fried chicken, so dig in. Bon appetit. Did you see it? It's full glory. It is a little sweet, but it's spicy. Very spicy. I like it. I love it. I love it so much. So good. And I think this is wheat tteokboki because it's very chewy. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like very chewy. It's delicious. So good. And we got two different kinds of kimbap. We got the regular kimbap, but this is no egg. It's fish cake and imitation crab. Okay, and that's the protein in there, and that's like a radish that's pickled, carrots, spinach, and burdock root. Oh, I'm showing the wrong side here. Here's the sesame seeds. Okay. This is from Tteokboki. They do kimbap too, and if you see, they do a very small layer of rice, which I appreciate because, you know, the less the better for me. And I really like the fillings, so good. And I feel like I'm getting like vegetables, you know? Oh yeah. And I think I ordered this wrong, but this was supposed to be Spam, but it looks like it's kimchi. Alright? Kind of looks similar to each other, but this one has a very red ingredient in there, if you can see, and less carrots. Mmm. It's good. Very good. Very good. I have been craving rice so bad. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, I love carbs, but I'm trying to cut back for my health. And this is fish cake. So good. In Korea, I really wanted to find a street vendor that sold tteokboki, but I didn't find a street vendor. They had like little stands there, but they didn't really have street vendors for tteokboki. And I was really looking forward to it because, like, in Korean dramas, you know, there's like the pochas, which is like a kind of like a taqueria or a food truck stand, and then in the Korean dramas they're like hot, it's so cold, and then they have like the omuktang and these cups where you can drink, and the fish cakes are in that soup, and you go and then you eat one of these. I wanted to do that for such a long time, but I couldn't find an actual food stand like on the street. Well, that's okay. This is delicious though. Oh my gosh. The noodles, so chewy. You know, you could honestly make tteokboki at home, but the noodles and the instant stuff, so chewy and delicious. And you can just stick it in the freezer, and whenever you want it, when you're on the urge of ordering tteokboki for, I don't know, 75% more of the price, then you have it in the freezer, you can take it out and cook it. I like the cheesling a lot. If you like sweet corn taste or milk cheesy taste, get the cheesling. But I will say, if you're the type that likes to dip chicken wings in ranch, Korean fried chicken, that's a big no-no. The kimchi. Look at how big it is, guys. So good. The nice lady at the Tteokboki gave me some omukbang, which is the fish cake soup. Dude, honestly, today everything is tasting so good right now. I got up at 5 a.m. and I was like, dude, I haven't worked out for the last 2 days. maybe I should work out. So I worked out, and then I took a nap. Then we went shopping, and then we ordered food, and you know, got what I was craving today. So today's cravings. Honestly, if you like mala, try the mala Korean fried chicken at KBBQ. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So good. Cartilage. If you try KBBQ chicken for the first time, because you're interested in trying Korean fried chicken, some of the like top favorites is cheesling, secret spicy. I saw this one on the top favorites, the mala, but it's very spicy. Also, soy garlic is very good too. I like soy garlic a lot. I've never actually tried the original, so I don't know. It's the first time in a long time that I've had Korean fried chicken. I was a little worried that everything would be sweet, but it works. It works. Let's talk about relationships. Because I know some of you, when the weather gets cold, you start to feel a little lonely inside. And you want to start being in love, being in a relationship. Fear not, for I was one of them too. I understand. But let me tell you, 3 things you must not do. Try not to raise your voice or yell, because or nitpick your husband or boyfriend. You don't want to be the woman who's like, you gotta do this, micromanage, why didn't you do this, blah blah blah. There's ways you can say it without like hurting them. Because what I realized during my years of being in relationships, I realized that it's very important, because the tone can be condescending, or it can be kind of rude. And women tend to see things a little differently than men. So what I'm saying is, try not to be like, why couldn't you have done this? Do this, do this, do that, don't do that. Or be like, no. I mean, I'm sure there's a time and place for everything, but if it's because you don't know how to express yourself, then take a step back. Think about what you're wanting to say to your significant other, the person that you love. And sometimes it's better to talk to them when you're cooled down. You're not as fiery, and talk to them. Be like, hey, you know, can we talk about what happened today? You know, out of respect. And the men will appreciate it so much. I'm telling you. It's like you want to uplift each other. You don't want to keep knocking them down. So that's a big no-no. Okay, that's number one. Don't do that. Okay. Number two, you have to respect your man. Okay, you respect them, respect them, respect them. Don't try to one-up them. They're not competing against anything. All right. Don't try to be like, I'm better than you, blah blah blah. Don't talk to them in a condescending way. Respect them, love them. Because if you respect them, sweetheart, they're gonna love you. They're gonna love you. All right. Number two, do not. So that was number two. Respect your man. Okay. Number three. Find out what their triggers are. Not to, you know, be toxic, all right? We're trying to find out their stress triggers. What happens when they're stressed out? Can you identify that? Like, are they really meeting what they're doing right now, or are they just stressed out and you need to give them a minute? And you need to also figure out how they process their stress, all right? And I think that's very important to know. Stress signs and how they process their stress. So good. And people ask me, oh, how do I know I found the right man or significant other? Whoever, like whatever you're attracted to. But anyways, I think naturally, in the times we live today, people will be stressed at one point or the other. I think it's healthy to go through a stressful situation, not by causing it because you want to see how they react, but like a natural stress thing, and see how they react. And see, oh, does this person, you know, like, what do they do in a stressful situation? Do they panic? Do they try to sit down, process? Do they try to be the superhero? Do they try to shut down? How does their mind work in a stressful situation? I think that's very important to know. Girl, if you are curious and like watching like couples try to figure things out, watch 90 Day Fiancé. There are so many stressful situations that, you know, and then, but the thing is, after the stressful situation, their actions afterwards is very important too. Are they teachable? Not that you're going to teach them, but are they able to change? Because a lot of the time we come from broken households, one way or the other, emotionally, physically broken families, like divorced parents, blah, 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 parents that were absent and stuff like that. And they can cause things inside of you that, you know, you didn't know you had, or they didn't know that they had. And, and that's that, like, that toxicity or the way that they process things comes from that childhood trauma. So, I think it's good to have a stressful situation to see what kind of person they are. Are they ready? Are they a committed person? You know, you don't want someone who's not committed to you, you know, when you're like 100% in the boat with them, you know. Also, try to find out, do you love the person for the right reasons? Do you love them for them to be like a trophy husband or spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend? Like, oh, I'm gonna show off this hot mama or hot man, you know, in front of my friends. No. No, if that's the only reason you like them, red flag. Because you're gonna get into a situation and you're gonna be like, crap. You have to like them because they are that person, right? And the qualities of that person, you know? Are they someone that you want to like have as a friend, you know? They're your best friend ultimately, you know? Is your love a positive love? Does your love cause more toxicity to come up? You can only speak with a counselor too, if you don't know. Don't ask me, I'm not a professional, alright? I'm just speaking from experience, alright? Also, do you love that person for who they are? Or do you love that person for the idea of that person? Personally, I find a lot of men fall for a woman because of that reason. Just from experience, don't come at me and be like, Jen, you don't know. Alright, I'm just speaking from my own personal experience. And are you in a serious love relationship? Because if you are, another thing that you should not do is never talk about silly things to break up with that person, because that just shows that you don't really truly love them. And do not use those words, like, unless it's like very serious, that you really truly feel like you will not be in a relationship with them anymore, then don't sling that word easily. I'm gonna break up with you if you don't do this. Yeah, so those are words you don't want to do and say, because they're extremely hurtful, number one. Number two, most of the time those kind of relationships, they don't get, what is it called at the end? Closure. They don't get closure, mess people up, you know, stuff like that, because they thought that you loved them. They obviously didn't want to communicate, cause problems for the other person maybe. And I'm just like, wow, you know what? I was a jerk. Yeah. So don't sling that word break up easily. Ow. I bit the bone. And also, another thing is, get to know their love language. Alright? Can come in the form of spending quality time. You know, you can look all that up. What are the love languages, you know? Quality time, gifts, acts of whatever. Stuff like that, you know? Figure out how they show it and how they receive it. Because sometimes they can... their love is to give gifts, right? But their love language is not receiving gifts sometimes, okay? Just saying, sometimes it's not. So just learn those things, you know? And honestly, I feel like you can talk most things out. Obviously, if one person's not willing to participate, then, you know, you have a problem, but you should be able to willingly talk things out. For me, in my mind, marriage is like a permanent thing. Unless two things I'm willing to, overlook. Number one, you don't feel safe in the relationship, physically or mentally. Number two, cheating. If they have cheated on you and you cannot trust them and the trust is forever broken and you cannot work it out, then it's a possible solution. But I mean, all things can be worked out if you're willing to. But if you cannot, then I guess that's a viable thing. But in my mind, marriage is permanent. And it's okay. It's okay if you have your doubts because it's normal. Okay? It's not because they're a bad person. It's because marriage is a very big thing in our lives that we're like, oh crap. Am I able to do this? Is this person the right person for me? And it's because you put all your coins in a bucket. It's okay if you feel like that. Before your wedding. It's not that you don't love them, it's that you're nervous, You want to make sure you're doing the right thing. So if your girlfriend, boyfriend, or fiance is having doubts before your wedding, it's normal, but it doesn't, unless you did something crazy. I mean, unless you cheated or something like that on the day before, stuff like that, then, that can be alarming. But most of the time, all people, when they're going to get into a big commitment like that, they have their doubts, and that's normal. Oh, this so good. I want to talk about weddings with you guys. Also, you don't have to do everything that a traditional wedding does. For my wedding, I really am a foodie, I love food. So I was like, on my wedding day, I'm gonna have great food. And I don't personally like the attention, for like all eyes on me and my husband during the wedding. So you can, pick and choose what you want in your wedding, We didn't do a couple dance or anything like that, or any speeches, because we're introverted as is. And by the time the food was there, I was like, oh, let me take this corset off, which, I don't even know why I did, because it didn't really make me look thinner. But yeah. So we did a really short ceremony. We did a ceremony at a chapel, which is a church chapel that was designated for weddings. And then we moved over to a restaurant for the food. And it was very beautiful. But yeah, wedding stress, if you're not a planner, hire a coordinator, all right? Do I have any regrets from my wedding? Nah. I just wanted fresh flowers. Oh, I have one regret. Wedding dress shopping. be careful on who you take to the wedding dress shopping. And make sure the person that you take for a wedding dress shopping is not, they can give their opinion, but they should never make you feel ugly, not good enough, like you're a failure, or they want you to wear what they want you to wear, you know? You have to like your own wedding dress personally. And if you don't have anyone in your life like that, go alone. It's a lot easier. And if you have a man who supports you while you're shopping, it's very rare to find, but you can go with them. But if you have a fiance at the time when you're looking for wedding dress shopping, and they don't really like shopping, and they're just gonna be like, oh yeah, you look great in every dress that you wear. They're just trying to be nice. They don't really want to like go through everything. They just want to marry you. Okay, so don't take it personally. You're not supporting me. You're not into it. Do you want to get married to me or not? Don't do that. All right, guys. Do not take your significant other, fiance, wedding dress shopping with you unless they really love shopping and they're gonna be supportive and actually give you good feedback. You know. For me, I really liked a wedding dress, but yeah, the people I went with didn't really think that it went with my venue choice. But like till this day, I still have like, oh, I really should have worn that dress. I really should have worn it. It's so beautiful. So good. I didn't think I would finish this whole plate, guys. Another thing. So good. So good. Alright, that's it for today, guys. Comment down below if you have anything you want to tell me about. Do you agree with what I'm thinking? I'm open, okay, to your thoughts. Personally, it's just what I'm thinking, like in my mind. What are good tips? What are things I want to talk about? Blah, 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 blah. You can agree or disagree, you know. We're all subject to our own opinions, but that's it for today, guys, and hope you have a good meal, and see you next time. Bye. Coke Zero in your area.